What's up, what's up? It's your boy, Shampoo Master here, your famous internet nobody, and today we are going to be talking about the best plays for each color, or just like the power plays, and how to avoid them, or how to play around them. I had a lot of fun. Good idea from one of my commenters. I appreciate you. I'll put him right there. Awesome video idea, especially since there's a new set coming out, so might as well know what's good now before we get to the next set, and then be able to play around it or have counterplay in the new set, which would be really cool. Especially with Purple coming out. Purple looks crazy. I'm so excited for them. If you guys are interested, I can do more of the new card reviews. You guys seem to like the last one, so just comment below if you're interested. I'd love to hear it. But yep, let's get to the power plays. Starting off with blue. First up, we have blue, and blue on turn 4. So it's going to be Gundam plus Armuro. You've heard me talk about it in my past videos. These two cards are insane. First, let's start with Gundam. Gundam is just insane because he has Repair 2. He's a 3/4, which is a great body, great stats. And the reason the Repair 2 is so good, so say like I summon this and then my opponent attacks something, I can clear the gym for free. Like he repairs 2, never happened. That's why aggro hates this card so much, because he just keeps getting infinite value off of killing little guys. And it was even crazier. He has During Repair effect, so it doesn't even have to be a link. It's just pair. He gets +1 to the whole board. So he gives a permanent buff to the whole board until you get rid of him. And it stacks too. So he's just an insane card. Super bulky, super annoying, and just like such a game changer early game. Now let's talk about Armuro. With Armuro, it's he gets when paired, which is insane, not even a link. Choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP, rest it, which is just every unit early game, early the mid game. So it's like, oh cool, alright. So you get the rest whatever you feel like until we get to late game. Awesome. And the stats he gives Gundam is crazy because he now becomes a 5/5. And then with the buff, he becomes a 6/5. Insane card. And the reason this is so annoying because, like, for example, for this example, I'm going to play this, rest the Rizal, attack into the Rizal. I take my 4 damage, heal off the 2 with the repair, and then on my opponent's turn, they're like, oh, well, he's at 3 health, okay. And, like, trade into it, kill it. My opponent used 3 resources to deal with my one Gundam. And if they don't deal with it, then it just gets infinite value over and over and over again. And it's just like, it's just so crazy. Like, it's a must-kill card. The ways to play around it is, it's fine if you, like, obviously, if it's hard to play around it, first off. But also, like, I would say don't use your blockers or don't summon blockers. Because, like, that's the worst part. It's like, oh, I attacked with this. I summon a blocker to defend him. And it's like, oh, cool. Anyways, no. He rests the blocker and attack into this for free. Heals it up like it's nothing. So, be careful playing blockers early game against this card. Another way to play around it is pretty much just try to give something a pilot that gets over the threshold of 5 health. Like, if you have an Elfrith and you give it a, I don't know, like, an Atherin Zala, random example, I know, and it gets it to the 6 health, this can't rest it anymore. This makes playing Gundam not as valuable. It's still good, like, don't get me wrong, it's still an insane card without having to rest something, but it loses that big value of being able to be like, okay, cool, ignore the board, ignore your blockers, and attack into life or attack into the blocker that they just rested for value. Besides that, really hard card to play around, I'll be honest with you guys. It's just insane. But yeah, just have big health units or just don't play anything. Like I said, it's just, there's so many loops to go through to play around this card. But let's get on to the next card. Next up, for turn 6 for blue, we have the Unicorn package. So we'll start with this. So first off, you do this. You summon Bandager with Unicorn mode. This is good because Bandager lets you draw a card, which is great. You go, I guess, -1 instead of -2 if you play these two, which is nice. This becomes a 6/5, really good body. You can attack into shields, you can attack into units. What's even better is that when this dies, you get Bandager back to hand, and then you can discard a card. Super good because this works out like this. So you attack with this, attack into shields, attack into units, whatever you feel like. Use Destroy Mode's effect, which is just, you get to play it for free, and you get your Bandager back. Then you play Bandager again, which is why this is a turn 6 play. Like, obviously, you can play this on turn 5 and attack into life. and whatever, but like you can do the effect of Unicorn, but you won't be able to play a Bandager on turn 5. So it's a turn 6 play. You get Bandager on Destroy mode, and you get the draw again, which is great, and you just start clearing like a madman. So this becomes really annoying because first off you get 2 attacks. So if these are both rested, you can be like, okay, cool. Attack with Unicorn, clear the Elfrith, tribute it or sacrifice it, summon Unicorn mode or Destroy mode, attack into that. That dies. Bam, bam. You cleared board. And on top of this, you get to rest anything. So if your opponent has blockers, like for example, this is like this, I can summon this, attack, rest the blocker, and attack into the guy, clear the guy. And then if I have another card up like this guy, Freedom Gundam, I can just clear the Elfrith after resting it, and it just becomes a clearing machine. This is just like you just control the board for the rest of the game once you have this on the field. And they don't even have to attack into units with this. They can just keep attacking into shields, rest something, clear it with the other guy. And then it forces you to deal with this 7/6, which is a big body. And you're pretty much, the best way to describe it, you're in Unicorn jail at that point. Like there's just nothing to do, nothing you can really do once you get to that point. The way to play around it is the way I figured out: swarm the board, just swarm it. Because obviously him resting 1 card per turn is really good, but if you swarm the board, he can only rest 1. So then they have to have a whole bunch of blockers to deal with everything else to like protect him. Or if they don't, then like you can just attack into him, clear him right away, and then they just lost their big play. Another thing, just hope they don't get it, because this combo is really hard to get into, like draw into, and especially like it's a turn 6 play. They have to wait a long time to get into this play. It's good once they get it, but it takes a while to get to, and you need to have these 3 exact cards. It's like grabbing Exodia at this point with these cards. So it can be very inconsistent, which is why I put it so low on my top 5 list. It is gotten a lot better watching it, but like, it's still like, I don't know. If you get it, it's godlike. If you don't, it's like, okay, I get to play like these 2, or like this is still a good combo. These 2 together are still good. It's just this card becomes like okay if you don't have Destroy mode. But yeah, definitely like it. I'm trying to think of other ways to play around it. I think like have multiple blockers, I guess, because say if you have like 2 blockers, obviously they can rest 1, but you can at least like save some of your guys by blocking with the other blocker, and he takes damage from the block attack. So you can at least do something like that. That's pretty good. But overall, like awkward card to play around. And we'll talk about the other turn 6 play. Let's go. Alrighty, next up we have blue and red for turn 6. So it's going to be Unicorn Gundam O2 Banshee Destroy mode. Beautiful, wonderful, long name. And then Marita Cruz. These 2 are really, really good together because... So I've been playing Ping the last couple of days. Didn't realize how good this card was until I played it. And I'm like, oh my god, this card's a menace. So first off, with the Unicorn Gundam O2 Banshee, you have to have 12 cards in trash to activate their link effect, which is you need to have 12 cards in trash. You shuffle them back into your deck, which is a very rare effect in Gundam right now. Very few things shuffle in Gundam, which is insane to say because every other card game has like 1,000 shuffle cards. So like when some cards go to the bottom of your deck, they actually go to the bottom of your deck and like you don't see them for the rest of the game. Whereas like with this helps with that, so you'll be able to see your cards that are good again. And plus you get to put all your good cards that were in your trash back into your deck. Like all your your Grandpa Gundams with Armors, like what I was just talking about. Your Show of Resolves, like all your really good cards for late in the game. And on top of this, so now this gets first strike after doing that. So when you attack, your opponent's like, oh, I want to block. Well, cool. It dies, and then you get to unrest it and attack again with another first strike effect. Insane. Gives you double clear, gives you a double attack. And on top of that, let's talk about Marita's effect. Is choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit, deal 1 damage to it. So that means you get the ping twice with this because you're attacking. So you get the ping, you get the attack, they block, cool, that dies for free. You attack again. You ping this a second time, it dies. So you get to clear any card with 2 health on the board that is level 6 or lower. Insane card. I didn't realize how good this combo was. The only issue is It's a one-time thing. Once this happens, that's it. I don't think they're going to get a second time unless your game goes on for a long time, which can happen with ping because you draw through your deck a lot or all this stuff. But yeah, the player rounds for this card, I would say, is first off, always count your opponent's trash. Always keep counting it, especially if you're playing blue against blue-red or ping. If you know they're like blue or red, just be like, hey, can I count your trash real quick? So you always keep an eye on that. Always keep a a counter on your opponent's trash and how much they have in it. Because if they don't have more than 10, that they can't do this, so they're not going to. But once it's live, just keep an eye out. I would say if you know they have more than 12 and you know they haven't really used any Maritas, definitely expect this on turn 6. Either this or Kshatriya. But for right now, we'll talk about this. So with this one, I would say it's hard because you don't want to play blockers, but I'd say just don't attack. Like, let it just attack into life twice unless it's going to kill you. Because, like, you'd rather that than lose 2 units for free. Plus, remember, that's it. That's all it gets. Next time it attacks, it's going to take damage and it will ping again, which kind of stinks. But, yeah, I would say just try your best not to attack your units because then they'll get free value by just attacking with 2 things for free. Whereas in the next turn, they would have to deal with it. Or they would have to deal with your blockers and all that fun stuff. But yeah, hard card to play around, but definitely doable compared to the other ones. But let's go on to green. For green at level 3, we've got Char-Zaku's 2s with Char Aznable. Both of them are in the same spot. They both do the exact same thing pretty much. The big difference is this one is not as good. It's still good because you get to cycle through your deck and grab something. But this one can at least miss and do nothing. This one is just a sticky, obnoxious unit. Because after you kill it, it gets a 3/1 token that's rested. It's just, these are just both good cards. Most of the time, the opponent will just use these. They're clear base and attack with the little guys after. Same with this one. Honestly, for both of them, the game plan is just they're going to keep attacking base. So the game plan for counterplay to deal with them is you have 2 choices. You have kill these immediately as fast as you can. Let them do their stupid effect. Especially with this one. This one can be a little annoying just because like you clear it. I don't know. You would attack into this, clear it, and then it gets a token. You can use your ping cards like Gun Tank or Anksha to clear them. You clear the token. Or you can just start summoning blockers to deal with the little guys because this has high maneuverability, which is why it's so annoying to deal with because you can't block it. So it's just going to keep attacking over your life. But if you deal with the little guys, they'll only get 1 attack with this guy. And then you can keep blocking or dealing with the little guys after. So technically they'll only get 1 attack. That's one way to deal with it. Or if you're playing green, just play a fucking Desert Underground base. Give it 6 health because this not being able to break base becomes a lot more like awkward for the opponent because they're attacking for 5. This base has 6 health, so now they got to attack with little guys, and that's not as good. It's not as good attacking with the little guys to clear a base than it is to just clear base for this, then attack into shields with it. If you get my drift. But yeah, definitely it's a really hard card to play around. I wouldn't say hard, but it's just like annoying. It's like an inconvenience, the best way to describe these cards. He's like, oh, here we go. All right, see if I have the right tools to deal with this and get it out the way. And if you don't, you just lose by turn 5. Awesome. But yep, let's go on to the next green card. Alrighty, next up for turn 4, we have Char-Gelgoog. And I'll just put it by itself because obviously it can use the effect on itself. So you'll discard our Zeon and then get Char from trash. And you get attack in for 6. Really good combo, very self-sufficient, really annoying. This is definitely a late game finisher. And attacks for 6 health, so Desert Base doesn't even help you there. Just a good card. Definitely keep an eye out for it. I would say just put up a bunch of blockers. If you know they have a Char engraved, that's the only issue with this, is that you need to have Char in the trash for this to work. Because if they don't, this card is just a 4/3, which is whatever. You don't care about that. But yep, definitely it's the same idea as the last one, to either kill the little guys or kill the big guy as fast as you can. You know, this Char's just good. He just does it all. The main antagonist. Whew. Took a lot of brain cells to say that, but yep. No real like play around, just like the last one. Kill little guys, kill big guy. And yeah, let's go on to the next one. Just a quick one for this guy. Up, we've got turn 6 for green. We have Death Scythe with Duo Maxwell. This is such a big play just because, one, you get a 6/6 body out of this, already insane. Two, you get to rest a resource, so then you get to your Wing Gundam 0 next turn. And you guys already seen how I talked about it. I talked in my other video. Go watch that. I'll put it up there. But yeah, and you get a rest of resource, so you get to go into Wing Gundam 0 right after you play this. Then you also get First Strike once you link with this. Not even link, it's just a pair with an Operation Meteor. So like it's just so good. It just does so much. You get a free clear, you get a free resource, and you get a 6/6 body behind all of that. The way to play around this card that I figured out is try your best not to attack on like turn 5 if you don't need to. Like obviously it's green. You want to like save up. You want to make sure they die as soon as possible. But sometimes, like say for example like this, like I could just summon more dudes and then they summon Death Scythe. All he's gonna do is attack into life, which he doesn't want to do. Where like he would be able to like trade efficiently into things. So you want to keep it. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my guys. I'm fucking burping up a storm over here. Whew. Well, yeah, just try not to attack because then it will get an efficient clear. And so then they'll just be forced to either summon it and just attack into life and get a free resource, which is annoying. But you don't lose any guys, so you still have the pressure to deal with all their shields. Or they just like don't play it and then wait a turn later to play it or something. But yeah, that's the best way I figured out how to play around it. Hard card to play around. But yeah, definitely just like not using attack with any guys and just building up your board some more is definitely helpful to deal with it. On to the next green card. Next up for the last green big play is Wing Gundam. Not Ring Gundam 0, just Wing Gundam with Hero Yui. Or Yu. So this combo is just really good because first off, you get the Breach. You get the Breach 5 of this card. Plus, this card gets to attack active units, which can be is really annoying because now you can't do the play we did against Death Scythe where we just didn't rest anything. So now you got to just deal with this guy just clearing stuff for free and then breaching for 5. So he gets to do pierce damage while also clearing. Very annoying card. And it becomes a 7/7. Just a big boy. Absolute unit of a card. The ways to play around it, you got to remember this card is, and unlike Death Scythe, this card is taking damage each time it trades into something. So try to just like buff up your units or give them pilots that make it awkward for them to trade, because then next turn you'll be able to be like, cool, anyways, attack this, it dies. Like stuff like that. Like you want to clear this. If you're playing aggro, especially you want to clear this guy or try to clear him as efficiently as you can, or else he's just going to keep getting so much value just like attacking your guys for free and breaching some more. So he's doing passive damage to you. And just being a 7/7 is an absolute big stat. But yeah, just try to play your big guys now around this turn. Because then if he does attack into your big guy, he at least is like taking a whole bunch of damage so you can like ping it off or just attack with a little guy after to clear him. And you should be good. A little bit better to play around than Death Scythe for sure. Definitely. But next up, let's go to Red. Next up for the big play for Red on turn 4. This is going to be a hot take on my part. I think this is one of the best early game plays for Red. It's going to be Aegis Gundam Massachusetts mode and Atherin Zala. These two cards are just really solid together, especially early game. So with this card has Breach 3. So anytime it attacks anything and they still have the EX base up, free clear on EX base, super good. Then when you attach it to Atherin Zala, you become a 4/6 chunky boy. And when linked during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit that is level 5 or lower as its attack target. So you do this, your opponent summon an alpha. If you say, cool, anyways, kill it. That dies, kill the EX base, and this thing only took 2 damage. And now your opponent doesn't have a blocker, so now you can attack with your little guys, or they just do something else, whatever you feel like, man. Yeah, super good early game combo. I think it's one of the best things Reds can do right now for sure, just because it just does a lot. And plus you get the breach. The way to play around this is, I would say just play like a Roselle or something. Like play something like this. So like obviously they can still trade into your stuff. Like you don't want to, it sucks to lose a blocker to stuff like this because blockers are so essential to deal with early game. And cards like this just say cool anyways, ignore that. That died. Same with Gundam, same idea, just like kills it for free pretty much. And does extra stuff. But yep, just like if it does that, make sure you at least have something behind it, like a Roselle. Like a Roselle is perfect for it because then it kills it. Then you're like, cool, anyways, Roselle, kill that, and it doesn't get to do its breach effect again. If it gets more than like two bodies off of this, then it's just like so much value and does like 6 things of breach, which is just crazy. Really solid card. Definitely love. I didn't realize how good it was until I started playing the Justice deck, and I'm like, whew. This card's great. I love this combo. It just destroys most early game things and still stays alive. It's just super solid. But let's go on to the next red card. Alrighty, for turn 5, everyone's favorite play. It's going to be Kshatriya with Marita Cruz. Woo! This combo is just so good, especially against like aggro decks or decks that have a lot of low health units. Because first off, it doesn't have to be a pair. It doesn't have to be a link. I mean, and you just pair this with a Cyber new type or a new type, which is like a lot of the good cards. You get the ping thing. You get the ping 2 cards for 1 damage. So like ping 1 damage on that, easy. Then with Marita, you get to ping 1, like we've talked about before with Banshee. You attack. You get to clear one of these guys for fucking free, pretty much, while pinging something else. This card becomes a big threat because now Jesus, I'm getting tongue-tied over here. You get to continuously ping until like they deal with this, or you just keep pinging. The only thing about the ping is that it has to be level 5 or lower because Kshatriya is a level 5. So anything level 5 or lower is going to be pinged. Anything higher doesn't care about the effect, so it ignores it. That's the only bad thing about it. But yeah, the play around it, try to like, with ping especially, try to get rid of a lot of your cards that already have damage on it. Especially if you know you're playing against ping, just because now it becomes awkward. Like they don't want to play their gun tanks like this and just like play them by themselves. That stinks. They want to get the ping damage with it. Same with their Anxas. But with like, same with Kshatriya. Like Kshatriya is still like a good attacker. It's a 7/5, a big boy. But like it gets the ping 2 things, but if they isn't able to kill it, the value isn't as crazy as it could be. But yeah, Kshatriya is definitely a crazy card. It's super good, but being able to play around it is a lot more manageable compared to the other cards I've shown. Just like, first off, don't play any 2-cost cards if you know Kshatriya is coming. Just try to avoid it or have cards that are at 2 health. Try to trade them off and keep your cards healthy. That's the best way to describe this. Keep them as healthy as you can. If they aren't healthy, attack into stuff with them to clear it. And yeah, just don't play. If anything with 3 health or more is safe from Kshatriya, so you don't have to worry about that. Or really just play a big boy, and then he can't ping it in the first place. But that's all. On to the next big boy. And last but not least, for the big boys for red, we've got Sinanju and Full Frontal. I know right now this card is not good or not played a lot. In the future, this is going to be a big play. There's just no way. The amount of value this card produces by itself is insane. Especially for a turn 6 play, it's absolutely absurd. So this card is a 5/4, Neo Zeon, whatever. When it's paired, not even when it has Full Frontal, it has high maneuverability. And when it kills a base, a shield, attacks life, whatever, it gets to ping 2 damage to anything. To anything. And that's like such a crazy combo because like even if you have a blocker, it just doesn't matter. You just attack into shields, you ping 2 damage or something, and you're like, cool anyways. And with Full Frontal, it lets you go wide. Full Frontal gets to summon or deploy a Neo Zeon card that's level 4 or lower from your hand just for free. Off of a pilot. I know he's a late game pilot, so I understand why they gave him such a crazy effect. Plus, he has awesome stats. But yeah, Neo Zeon cards are they're going to keep adding Zeon and Neo Zeon cards. That's not going to stop. So this card's always going to be around. And the only reason it's not around is because like Xeon doesn't really have any good late game cards right now. But they're getting some. I've seen some of them. I'm excited about them. But yeah, this thing becomes a 7/6, humongous, attacks into life, ping stuff, kills it for free, and then they have to either trade into it or do something else. The way to play around this is to try your best to not play 2 health cards. Like for example, like you don't want to play your Demi Garrisons, any of your low level cards. You just want to play your big cards. And it's the same idea as Kshatriya. Just try your best to keep your units as healthy as possible. Or just try to keep it outside of the range of 2 health if you know Sinaju's coming. You can't block it though, and your shields are going to get demolished by this fucking card. So don't even bother putting a base up if he's up. But yeah, definitely just have healthy units that are above 3 health, and you should be good to deal with Sinaju. And then after he attacks, just clear him. If you don't, this card's going to get too much value. You have to kill this card. This is a must-kill card for sure. He's just so good. But let's get to White. They're right there. Alrighty, the big card for White. And the new Grandpa Gundam on the block is Aerostrike Gundam with Kira Yamato. This combo, I didn't realize how crazy this combo was until you play against it a whole bunch and you're like, this shit's annoying. This is a very annoying card. Because, so, for example, for this. First off, it's a blocker. It's a 4/4. Good body. It's 5/4. Or a level 5, 4 cost. Pretty good. When paired, not even with, it has to be Kira, but it has to be a level 4 or higher pilot. Choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP. Return it to its owner's hand. So you know that Shenlong you just played last turn? Cool. Bounce it back to hand. Play that shit again, boy. And then after that, you get to attack. Like, say if this is rested, or we'll do this as a better example. So you bounce the Shenlong back. You do this, and then attack into Zawart. -2 from Kira's effect, because it does -2 attack. And you get to clear it for pretty much free. And you take 1 damage. That's it. Just does so much. Clears, like bounces something and clears 2 things at least. And if they don't attack, it's just a 6/5 blocker. It's an absolute unit of a card. And it's just I can't believe I didn't realize how good it was. I think it was just because not many people had the starter deck, so I didn't play against it a lot at the beginning. But now everyone has, like, at least has this. And yeah, it's crazy. This card is insane. The ways to play around it, though, so let's talk about it. It's interesting. So, first off, don't try to play cards that are awkward for them to bounce. Because you can play, like, I don't know, like a pair. You can play the, what's it called? Char Zaku and Char Aznable. The crazy part about this effect that I'm talking about is it's mandatory. It is a mandatory effect. They cannot choose to not do it. So if you have your Wing Gundam bird mode, they have to bounce it, whether they like it or not. Because if it has a target, it has to bounce. So if you play like bird mode, you never want to bounce this fucking card, because then they get to play it again, get another resource, and they ramp again for another turn. Like, sometimes you do, but yeah, it's just an awkward card for them to bounce. Or you can do the thing where you just play something that has 5 or more health. So they can't bounce it, even if they do have Kira. After that, I'd just be careful about blocking. Blocking against this card can be a little annoying because, like, it's attacking for 6 and it says, cool, anyways, -2 on your blocker. So it doesn't even matter what you have for a blocker. You're always going to go negative against it. So I would just say, fuck it. Just let it attack into base the first time, and then after that, try to clear it as best you can. Because it's going to do damage. You'd rather it just take base than get a valuable trade off your blocker. But yeah, that's how you play against Aerostrike. It's just, and if they say, just remember, your opponent, keep an eye on that, your opponent has to bounce something. They don't have a choice. Just always remember that. But let's get on to the next big boy for White. Alrighty, for turn 7 for White, we've got Freedom Gundam with Kira. Hey, we just saw that guy. This combo is really frustrating because first off, this becomes a 6/7. Another big boy. I've been saying big boy a lot. I apologize. And during pair, so it doesn't even have to be Kira. When you pair a pilot with this unit or one of your white units, so it doesn't even have to be him. Choose one enemy unit. It gets AP -2 during this turn. So you can just give -2 to this, and then when you attack, you can do -2 again. So this card is now a 0/4. Isn't that fucking cool? Kira is a devious card. And Freedom Gundam also helps with a lot of like late game trades. So what will start happening is they'll start being like, okay, especially if they have two Freedom Guns, they'll be like, okay, -4 attack on this card that you just attacked with. All right, clear it for free. And there it goes. That's it. They start just clearing things for free if you attack. So you want to hold your attacks against it if you see it come out. Another thing, if it does attack into base, just let it. Same idea as Ale Strike when you play it. Just let it attack base, because there's no point in trying to block this absolute unit of a card, because he's just going to trade efficiently. So let him attack and then try to kill him on the crackback and be like, okay, cool, bam, clear it, and it clears too. But yeah, crazy card. And let's get on to the last card of the video. Last but certainly not least, we've got another dual color combo for turn 7. We have Justice Gundam and Athrun Zala. These two cards are awesome. I already talked about Athrun. He's great. So let's talk about Justice. So with Justice is a 5/5, but when you summon it, you get a 2/2 blocker. So think about this as a 7/7 stats with a blocker. Really good stats for a 7-cost card. And then with Athrun, you put it on this, it's a 6/7 plus the 2/2. It is a 8/9. You literally play a mini Wing Gundam Zero with those stats, with Hero on it. So it's just an absolute, the biggest unit yet out of all of them we've talked about. Really good effect. You get to attack into units for free. And then another cool thing, if you can also double attack into life, so you attack into life with your Justice. This then allows the Fatum to attack into life also. So you get 2 attacks, so which is really good effect. And say for example you have something like this, and like you summon this turn, you attack, the opponent didn't kill either things. Next turn you can do something like you summon another Justice, it shits out another Fatum, then you attack. This Fatum's able to attack now, and you get 3 attacks in one turn off of that, which is so cool. Super cool thing. Never will happen for a while, but it can when you get to late game. Super interesting effect. The way to play around this is, it's kind of hard. Justice is just a big character. He's going to clear something no matter what. So be worried. You'll honestly be more worried about the 2/2. The best way to deal with 2/2s is either like rest it with like Armoro or like ping it with Kshatriya or something like that and get rid of the blocker. Like Kshatriya I think is like honestly one of the best answers to this card, because then you can link up with Marita, ping this, ping that, and then attack and ping into the token, and then attack into this and kill it with Kshatriya. Easy clear. Another way is just like I did with the other cards, just play a whole bunch of cards so it doesn't just get, like you can at least clear it on the crackback. Same idea. Another thing, make sure to keep your shields up, because this can be really fatal for you if you just let this attack into base twice. Another thing too is remember, even though this can attack an active unit, you can still block the attack with a blocker. So if it's a really vital unit you don't want to lose, you can just be like, all right, well, I'll block with my blocker if you're trying to kill my Gundam with Armoro. Why not? So remember, you can still block, but it still has a block you have to deal with after it attacks. So figure out how to deal with this first, then worry about the Justice Gundam. But let's go to the outro. And that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And let me know if you guys have any other video ideas. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to make more different videos. Obviously, I can keep making deck videos or card reviews. That's never going to end. I have a blast making those videos. I'll keep making them. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any ideas. I'd love to hear them. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's try to get to 1,000 subs. I'd appreciate it, guys. I've got the 400 now. That's a pretty good start. Just 600 more to go. Easy. We'll clear that, guys. We'll clear that. And that's all for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Shampoo getting out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.